Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with the help of Academy Sports Coach. Today, I wanted to talk to you about some drills from a book I read that we have on the website called Developing Soccer Intelligence Through the 4v4. I found a lot of really great drills in here that I've kind of put together a little session that I'd like to use in my next session, and hopefully you can try out on your own. The book's called Developing Soccer Intelligence with 4v4. And it's a little bit of a misnomer because there's a lot of drills and activities in it that are not just 4v4, but it's breaking the game down into the 4v4. The little portions of the field that all 11 players are interacting together in relation to the other 11 players. Really, it's broken down into little battles of 4v4 that transfers to this 4v4 to that transfers to this 4v4. I've heard it described as more of a 3v3. I've heard it 4v4. I've heard it 1v1 battles, things like that. But I think this one really hits home and is very transferable to the players and helping them understand how their role in the squad relates in the big picture, but also the small picture. What I really like how it starts off is it's a lot of 1v1s, a lot of 1v1 situations, and not just, hey, go against this guy, try to score on a goal, dribble somewhere. It makes them think a little bit. So here we have the goals in the first drill. The first 1v1 are set up side by side here. So this player goes 1v1, tries to beat this guy. He tries to go to this goal. The defender is going to move in relation to the goal. So now this attacking player needs to realize, okay, I can either go right here. This is a little bit more of a difficult position because he's blocking some of the goal. But if I go here, where's he going to move? So it helps the player recognize the defender's in a lot of trouble. So he's constantly having to move. He's constantly having to kind of backtrack and stay close to home and kind of be compact. But this attacking player then needs, whenever he moves the ball, it's going to move the defender. So if he goes at this goal and then shakes this way, this defender is going to move across these lines. So he's looking at ways to quickly move and put the defender in a disadvantageous position. So the next one I saw from here was we took away these side goals and we went straight 1v1. We went straight 1v1 in this big grid where the attacking player can score on either one of these goals, and the defending player can score on either one of these goals. So this player, say, goes on a dribble here. He shifts the defender over here. So the player moved from here to here. And we recognize that, and we have this player then recognizing this space is now open and taking a shot, and we score. Okay? So again, now we've moved on from, hey, we can move this player to where are we moving this player in relation to this grid, this area, within this space we've applied here. So to make that a little more difficult on the attacker, what we do is we create a line here that is a scoring zone. The only way the attacking player can score is if they are within this scoring zone. So now what we're looking at is, okay, you need to beat this guy, but you can't just beat him and then just take a shot from 30 yards out. You need to beat him and find space. You need to beat him and move to this area. Okay, so our goal is to get to this area. So it takes away the idea of we're just trying to score to we're beating our man to get to some sort of space. We're beating our man, we go back behind him, and we quickly move to space because within the space we can score. And you really want to put the idea in their heads. It's not just about scoring. It's maybe you're beating this guy to make a move, making a move to beat your guy to get to the scoring zone. But in reality, you're playing a pass. You're playing a cross. You're dribbling to that area to relieve pressure. You're really now, also to go there and then shoot and score. So you've got a lot of different things you can kind of help them visualize here. From there, we move on and we add defensive zone. So what will happen, you'll see, is the attacking player will lose the ball, and immediately this defending player is going to see an open net and try to score. So it's quick counterattacks. This is going to make it so if the defending player wins the ball, they've got a long way to go. So they're going to be going forward, but they're going to be being back pressed by the original attacking player. And that's going to make a much more realistic situation where you're going to see a lot of 1v1 duels, not just panning out with a shot, but panning out with another duel. So you won the ball, you lost the ball, and you're seeing those transition moments. So he loses the ball. He can't just stand here and watch this guy go run because he's going to keep going. He's got a shot now. Before he got beat, the defender's here, the kid's going to shoot. You push your guys to do it, but the kid realizes I'm going to sprint over here, and he's going to shoot, before I get within 5 feet of him. Now this player has to dribble, and it allows for a recovery run. So we're, again, while it's a 1v1 situation, it's within that context of, okay, we lost the ball, we win it back. We lost the ball. How can we close down the space so we can win it back within, again, this single grid? The way they explained it in the book that I really liked was they broke it down to 4 players. They highlighted 4 players. And this, I think it was 2 of the 6s, the 10, and then one of the wingers. And they were like, boxed them off and like, this is the interaction we're looking at. It's off to one side. The 6 is giving balance. The 7 is all the way over to the wing. The 10 is dropped in, and the other 6 is slid over. So they're all within like a grid just like this. And it's helpful to explain to the players that like, this is the area we're working in this grid, and everything we're doing is representing interactions in this grid. So then we move on to a 2v1. Get rid of these scoring lines. We'll go 2v1. And the idea here, again, is finding those interactions on a small scale. So we have another attacking player. He pops in. And we're going 2v1. So we're not having any scoring lines here. We're just going right to the goal. The defender wins the ball, right? Well, now we're working on 1v1s, 2v1s, but we're working on defensive transition moments here as well. So the player wins the ball. The yellow player wins the ball. This player presses. He's pressing here. This player then, instead of this kid just taking a touch here and taking a shot, he needs to recognize he can block off a passing lane here. And now we're recognizing, hey, we're blocking off space. We're not just trying to get the ball back. We're not just trying to win, possession or something like that. We've created a situation where he can't go this way because they're a defender. He can't shoot easy this way. So we're going to make him have to do something. We're making it much more difficult defensively. So we win that ball, right? He misplays a pass here, and then we're looking to go forward from there. So there's a lot of different options and a lot of different game scenarios you can play off in this 2v1. It depends what you're trying to get out of your session. Is it about the defensive transition? Is it about, using width to find the attack? So maybe we have a player out wide so he can quickly go forward. There's a lot of different teachable moments within this. You can have it just, hey, we're finding situations and you focus on one thing, but naturally the players while playing this are going to find so many different situations just in these small sessions because that's their experience. When we teach the 11v11 game, we're teaching a whole team experience, but when we're teaching a 2v1, we're recreating what they're going to see and how they're going to feel consistently on the field over and over and over again. All right, so the next step then is we're building up to the 4v4. We add a second yellow player, and we go 2v2, and we just go live here. Okay? Next, what we can do is we can make this we'll go 3v2, and we'll create lines here where the wingers, the wingers are confined to these wide areas, and we have one attacking player in black going with the ball. Okay, so it's, again, there are like a bunch of different things you can teach within this moment. You can teach the 2v1 defending, you can teach pushing the one to side, anything like that. But I really like the concept here is that you have wide players, they can't tuck in, they have to use their width. And we're seeing how that moves the defense. So he passes here, right? We see a pass from here to here. So what's going to happen is we're going to see this player move here to pressure the ball. And we're going to see this player move here or here to cover. Oops, didn't want to move that. To cover. Let me back a little bit further. Right? So now the players, because they're being forced to have these stay in their lanes, they're forced to see what can I do with the space available. So instead of, hey, I can run in here and make it tight and go 2v1, I have another passing option. It's that bumblebee soccer that, hey, we're just all getting really, really tight and bunching up. They're forced to stay wide. They can see, well, we've moved the defense this way. What can a quick switch do? So if we quickly switch here, play here to here, wow. I could have went in and helped, but that would have made the field small and I would have been able to defend. Now look at this. I've got a wide open gap. And again, explain to them, not only is this like a goal that you're going to score on, it's a small goal, it's a pug goal. We're not looking at shooting, but you want to score. That's the idea. But this scoring could be you dribbling up. This could be you playing a pass. This could be a shot. This could be a cross. but there's space to do whatever you need to do. To take a shot on a pug goal, you need time and space. You can do that because you've shifted the defense one way, flipped it over to the other side, and been able to play that pass. All right, and then next, you can do this one of two ways. We'll go to 4v4. You can go keep the pug goals, but players tend to get a little tired just only scoring on pug goals. So we can add in here a large goal and then 2 pug goals on the other end. So up to you right now. But if you want to have like a larger goal or a small, like a one of those pop-up goals or plug goals, we can do that. But we have a 4v4, and then within this 4v4, I like to make it tight. I like to make it really tight because you're going to see a lot of transition moments in the tight spaces. And if you're seeing a lot of transition moments, the players are able to recognize those transition moments more and more and more. And they're able to see, hey, when I lose the ball, this is what happens. Can they go forward? Where's my shape? And they're seeing those repetitive concepts within the grid, within the space that they'd be operating within a game. Those are the moments that are won or lost when you have this tight area. Where does the ball come out? It's lucky bounce here and there. Well, if we can get good at these spaces and reduce the luck factor and make it so that when we're in these 4v4s, we're compact defensively, we're wide attacking wise. We know those movements to play through to get out of these tight spaces. We're a much more dangerous team. The way I like to teach it is when you have your 4v4, you always need an outlet player, you need an attacking run, and you need width. So we have this player making a run here. Gives us a forward option to split through. You can split him here. We have a wide player we can split back to. And no matter what, if we get in trouble, we can always go negative to go forward because this will draw the defense in. And that's going to allow a forward run here. And we can play long because the defense has stepped up. There's space behind them, and we go. So again, it's really great for teaching conceptually teaching the game to the players and having them understand, hey, listen, the game is 11v11, but it also is these small individual battles. And that's really where the 11v11 game is won through these 4v4s. So I'd really love to hear what you guys do. How do you utilize 3v3s and 4v4s in your sessions? What creative ways do you implement these small-sided games? And not just like what are the games themselves, but contextually within your session. How do you fit them in the grander scheme of teaching, the 11v11 game? So again, my name is Matt Carroll with the help of Academy Sports Coach. And I'd love you guys to check out Developing Soccer Intelligence through the 44 ebook, which is available on the website. We'll put in the comments section. I hope this session finds you well.